You're looking at video from California. That's where what started off as road rage ended with Good Samaritans coming to the rescue. You can see the group of bystanders come to the aid of this family who were trapped in their minivan. 6 people were inside that van. The driver of the car that crashed into the minivan was arrested on suspicion of DUI. One of the biggest icebergs on record has broken away from Antarctica.
Trillion tons. A trillion-ton iceberg measuring 3,600 square miles broke away from an ice shelf sometime in the past 2 days. The iceberg had been close to breaking off for a few months, so it's been watched very closely. Big icebergs do break off Antarctica naturally, meaning scientists are not linking this rift to man-made climate change, but it is enormous in scale and has a lot of people watching closely.
Local 4 News at 6 is next.
And Kim has what we've got in our next 30 minutes. Kim?
Aaron and Devin, Kid Rock just dropped a big hint about his future outside of music. We'll have that coming up. Plus, the Defenders confront a high-tech thief who went on a spending spree with the credit card numbers of hundreds of people. Wait until you hear how much he managed to spend in one single day. Jason?
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Hey, big guy. You okay? You okay?
Oh. The sounds of frightened puppies trapped behind a Detroit home tonight. All 11 of them are safe after a very muddy rescue.
Also, an explosion rattles a restaurant, leading to questions about who left a dangerous device outside.
But we begin with a run of severe weather that's already done some damage. Take a look here at this huge tree that toppled over on Detroit's west side. And not long ago in St. Clair Shores, our cameras captured quite a downpour.
22,000 DT customers right now without power, and later on in the evening we might see that number grow.
And the greater concern is for later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Let's check in with Ben.
Yeah, Kim, just about the next 5 hours and beyond, that's where we're really going to be setting our sights on the potential for severe weather. And you can see these yellow shaded areas for about 2/3 of us. That's the slight risk, which is a little bit higher than the marginal risk for most of our north zone. And again, we're really focused on those late evening and overnight periods. So far, there's nothing out there on 4 Live radar. We're just starting to see possibly some development here in northern parts of Indiana, but that looks like garden variety showers, so it doesn't look like that's going to turn into anything. We did have a pretty, at least intense shower, brief one, roll through the northern part of Sanilac County, which is out over the lake now. So a lot of us are going to be dry for a period of time. But when we get to about news time, about 11 o'clock, we'll start seeing some of these thunderstorms pop again, and those could be going at least periodically from that point through daybreak. The threats, they're really still all on the table, but it does look like straight line winds are going to be the biggest threat. And the location is area wide. We showed you it's just a little bit more possible that we can see that in the southern 2/3 of the area than we will in our north zone. We'll talk more about that and see how things change for the weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, Ben, it was a loud start to the day at Waves Restaurant on Jefferson and St. Clair Shores, and it wasn't the thunder. Surveillance video captured somebody tossing something that blew up. Jason Colthorpe is there tonight where the mystery remains unsolved. Jason?
It sure does, Kim. You know, the lunch rush here at Waves really doesn't get cooking until about noon every day, but today, this morning, about 9:42 a.m., employees were scrambling because they heard a loud bang. They came out and found that was what was left behind.
We were all just in there, and then all of a sudden we heard a big boom.
All of a sudden the windows started shaking. There were cans falling off the shelf in dry storage.
At first, employees thought a transformer blew, but then they saw the smoke, and then this crater the size of a beach ball.
There was like pieces and stuff right there, but there was no fireworks or nothing like that. It was all metal.
Something had blown up, but what? They went to the surveillance video. It showed a white or silver Chevy truck driving by and a man tossing something out moments before the explosion.
Really, I'm just hoping it's somebody just fooling around. You know, it's not that far away from July 4th, and they just had this extra gunpowder and threw it. And that's what you smelled when you went over there, was gunpowder.
Employees here a little rattled, but just happy no one was hurt.
And anybody else in the car and other people that are walking down the street, or who knows who was on the other side of my trucks and was going to get hit with a wave or something. It was terrifying.
Yeah, sure was. Now that pickup was coming this way on Stevens off Jefferson when it came right in here, toss something out. Police are poring over that surveillance video right now, looking for anything that might give them a clue who was driving this truck. If it rings a bell, if you recognize anyone in that, call the St. Clair Shores Police Department. I'm Jason Coulter from St. Clair Shores. Back to you.
Bizarre. Okay, Jason, thanks.
A former teacher and foster parent learns her fate in a Macomb County child abuse case. Prosecutors say Nicole Gomez-Vilcas abused a 15-month-old girl in 2014. She was found guilty of second-degree child abuse at her trial. Today, a judge sentenced her to a year of probation, but before the sentence came down, the grandmother of the abused child addressed the court.
Nicole's actions that day were cruel. She not only hurt my granddaughter, but she tried to blame it on my grandson, Caden, and for that I'll never forgive her. She destroyed part of Callie and part of me that day.
The child in question and her brother were placed in foster care with Gomez-Vilcas and her husband in 2013 after being removed from their parents' home due to drug use problems.
Tonight, Detroit rocker Kid Rock is hinting that he could run for the U.S. Senate. Just before 5 p.m., he tweeted a link to KidRockForSenate.com, telling his followers the website was real. His next tweet said he would have a major announcement in the near future. Now, this is how the homepage for the website looks, where there's Kid Rock for Senate t-shirts and hats being sold, but clicking on any of the merchandise takes you to a Warner Brothers Records site. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see if it's simply marketing for a new album or if it's a serious declaration.
Tonight, the defenders exposed a serious case of credit card theft. More than 500 local victims. A ring of thieves secretly stealing your information and then going on shopping sprees. Defender Kevin Dietz was at federal court today where the ringleader was, the alleged ringleader, not too happy to see our cameras. Kevin?
Yeah, this is one of those guys who likes to hide out in the shadows, but today the defenders unmask him. And as the saying goes, you can run, but you can't hide. Doreno Dowdell doing his best to dodge defender cameras. The skimming scam artist came to federal court hoping to skim a few years off his sentence.
You face up to 10 years of imprisonment and a $250,000 fine.
Yeah, sure. Dowdell stole credit card numbers from over 500 people. Local folks who became victims simply by using their credit cards, where Dowdell and his associates used more than 15 illegal skimmers like this one to capture account numbers and rack up thousands in purchases at stores across Southeast Michigan and beyond.
It almost made me late for my mortgage, made me late for a couple other payments, but it was real tough.
Everyone pays for credit card fraud through higher rates and service fees. But on one day alone, dozens of individuals were stung when Dowdell and his crew went on a one-day shopping spree at Sears, racking up $18,000 worth of purchases on other people's credit. The counterfeit credit card crime spree ended at Saks Fifth Avenue in Troy at the Somerset Collection, where Troy police captured one of the crew in the act.
Check your statements every day, and that way it's easier to catch as opposed to trying to wait for the bank.
Today, Dowdell, a 35-year-old father of four, tried to dodge a lengthy prison term, saying he offered to work with the feds to catch other credit card thieves. The feds say they're more interested in seeing hard time for Dowdell, who has a long history of drug, alcohol, fraud, and identity theft charges. And with no deal on the table to reduce sentencing will be scheduled and will go forward. He is expected to receive about 3 to 5 years in prison. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
You know, of course, Kevin, these crimes can really mess up somebody's credit. So what happens if you're the victim of crime trying to get that straightened out?
Yeah, you know what the best thing to do is when you're using your credit card, if you can swipe it yourself, you should do that. If you hand it over to an employee, you want to keep your eye on it the whole time to make sure it doesn't get double swiped. And like the woman in our story said, check your statement over and over again. If you see something suspicious, just call it in.
Critical. Yeah, all right, Kevin.
Well, the Michigan Humane Society has 11 new puppies on its hands tonight after rescuing the litter from a hole underground where their mother had left them. Today's weather turned this rescue into a race against time. Mara McDonald shows us how some deft maneuvering in the mud led to a happy scene at the Humane Society.
Okay. Sorry.
It has been a day, a wet, muddy, furry day for Michigan Humane Society investigators.
It's all right.
They spent hours on their bellies.
I'm already wet.
Digging to rescue 11 puppies left underground in a pit by their mother.
Hey, big guy. You okay? You're okay?
Now, the worry was they would drown with our heavy rains.
Hi, guys. It's your Uncle Chris. Come on out and play.
But after considerable time in the mud, all 11 shepherd mixes were rescued and taken to the Michigan Humane Society for the big cleanup. We're talking shots, food, and nice, dry, warm blankets. But not for rescuers Chris and Pam, who are still pretty wet. But they're already back out at it.
He's more dirtier than me, but hey.
I like getting dirty.
Back here live, I know what you're thinking. Why am I not standing here clutching as many of these puppies as I possibly can? Well, per the vet, they've had a long day. They've been stressed and they're finally sleeping, so best to let them just sort of chill out. But other good news, the Humane Society investigators, Chris and Pam, who you just saw, managed to find the dog's mom, trap the dog's mom. So everybody is now here at the Humane Society being taken care of. We are live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
That is fantastic. And those rescuers had such a good attitude about it, even though they were in the nasty mud. I just love it. All right, Mara, thanks.
And they sounded like little babies, coming out of there.
What they are.
Still ahead, the life-saving medication parents are not giving their children even when it's within reach.
Plus the growing discontent over what many people thought would grace the roof of Little Caesars Arena. And what's there now? Ben?
Well, what's not out there right now are severe thunderstorms, but that could change as we get closer to the midnight hour. We're keeping our eyes on 4 Live radar as the night progresses. Severe threats still with us. We'll break it down for you next.
Look cool.
A lot of Detroit Red Wing fans upset today because they remember this. Their first view of Little Caesars Arena with that gorgeous winged wheel logo on the roof. Turns out that was just the artist's idea. Today, it sports a massive Little Caesars logo. Business Editor Rod Maloney live downtown with how this has become a controversy, Rod.
Yeah, on social media, Devin. Now, let's face it. Nobody in Southeast Michigan can deny that the Red Wings, that team we love, and the team that turned us into hockey town, is anything but inextricably connected to Little Caesars Pizza. But when it comes to stadiums, there is that sort of passionate gray area between the team, the building they play in, and the businesses that keep the lights on. Let's face it, this giant 243-foot-long rendering of Little Caesar and his pizza treat is what Little Caesars wants to see on network television over the next generation. But many who will gather under this roof aren't particularly enamored of its presence.
It shouldn't be there as opposed to the Red Wings logo because it's for the Red Wings hockey stadium.
I think it should be the Red Wings logo instead of the Little Caesars logo.
The people are fed up about the logo. We want this to be the Red Wings stadium. We know that it's Little Caesars Arena, but it's for the Red Wings.
Lost on these emotional fans is the fact that the Pistons are slated to play here too. Now, Little Caesar was the nickname Marian Ilitch gave owner Mike Ilitch before they even started the pizza chain. And Giovanna Fortuna of Sterling Heights thinks that's the real underlying message here.
It just reminds me of Mike Ilitch because he was the big creator of all this, and it really symbolizes and represents him. So I'm excited, and it's a good tribute, and I'm excited to go to the games at Little Caesars Arena.
Still, let's not forget Little Caesars Pizza is going to pay the Red Wings nearly $7 million a year for the next 20 years for the naming rights and that $1 million TV blimp bump shot.
I mean, I guess because they paid for it, they should have the right to have it, but it's I don't know. It's like the Red Wings. I don't know. I didn't even think about that.
Okay, so we had a little sports talk radio debate here, but let's get real, all right? If Kid Rock isn't running for Senate come September, he'll be here opening the place. Then the Red Wings will kick off their new iteration. And there's one thing that will not change in all of this. The logo will remain on the roof. Back to you.
Well, in fact, what are the Red Wings saying about this debate that's boiled up now, Rod?
What would anybody expect them to say? The only thing left for them to do is to write the check and send it.
I hear you. All right, Rod, it is a good debate. It'll go on, no doubt about it. All right. Well, now to good health. A new report reveals what principals know about handling concussions. Also, are you legally allowed to record your doctor visits.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, but first, a startling study raising concerns over delays in treating children for allergic reactions. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with those stories, Doc.
Yeah, Devin and Kimberly, you know, many children with an allergic reaction that's severe are not being treated quickly enough. Researchers actually looked at hospital records of more than 400 children treated for anaphylaxis. Less than half received epinephrine before they arrived at the emergency room, even though many of them had an auto-injector with them at the time of the allergic reaction. Turns out kids who had a reaction at home were actually less likely to receive epinephrine than those who were at school. So it is very common to find policies for when students can return to sports after a concussion. But what about studies? Turns out school principals would be the ones that set that policy. And according to a new study, only a third of principals reported having received training in the academic management of students with concussions. Now, fortunately, they're open-minded. 92% of principals said they were willing to make academic accommodations for students recovering from a concussion for as long as necessary. Now, finally, at least 1 in 10 patients say that they have recorded their doctor's visits, but is it legal? Turns out it depends on where you live. In most states, only one party involved in a conversation needs to be aware of a recording, but in 11 states, including right here in Michigan, recordings are illegal unless all parties give consent. Now, patients might consider using recordings to remember important details about their appointment or to share information with family members, so it's not necessarily a bad idea. The key is you do need to talk to your doctor and ask them for their permission for it to be legal.
Yeah.
There's a ton of information that could be coming at you a lot, and you
That's
get home
what I
and
was
you
gonna say.
right.
You forget, like, what did she say or what did he say?
Exactly, but there are legitimate patient privacy concerns. If you, for example, you're in an emergency room and the next door neighbor is also speaking loudly, so you don't want to overhear too much.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
All right, Doc. Let's get Ben back in here. He's already had a busy afternoon and could be a busy night ahead, although we're kind of in the break between, right?
Yeah, and if you're stepping outside right now, you're probably wondering why we have a severe weather alert out, and it's because of the timing of these storms. A lot of folks are going to be asleep when some of the roughest stuff comes. So we're really sort of focused on that 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. time frame. And these are the impacts that we're looking at, and notice that everything's on the table. Straight line winds will be probably the biggest severe threat. There's going to be a lot of lightning and definitely a lot of downpours, and especially in those areas that have already seen the rain today, and in some cases out in Livingston County, upwards of 2 inches of it. We'll really be watching those areas for potential flooding tonight. Hail's still a possibility, but it's low, and tornadoes, even a lower chance of what we were looking at earlier today. And when we're talking low, how low? Technically 2%, a 2 in 100 chance. But with rainfall, that's a pretty meaningless number. When you're talking something like a tornado, those small numbers really do make a difference, and that is definitely the case tonight. The visible satellite is showing that we are seeing some clearing. In fact, the edge of those clouds just now starting to move through parts of our north zone. So temperatures that have made it to the low and mid 80s may get just slightly warmer before we finally finish things out. In fact, it's 80 up there in Flint right now, 81 in Howell, Ann Arbor's at 82, and we're at 84 at Metro. Definitely a lot of humidity. It feels like 90 degrees out there with that heat index right now, and we're going to keep the humidity around through Thursday, which is why the thunderstorm chances are going to last through then as well. But we're really, again, focused on that 6-hour period from about 11 p.m. tonight until 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to show you the computer model, and as we've said for about the last 24 hours, the models have not handled this situation very well at all. If you believe this solution, we'll start seeing some more development probably closer to 2 a.m. The thing that is sort of consistent is the cold front is lagging a little bit further behind. So it does look like some of the stronger storms may even linger into very early tomorrow morning. So we'll keep an eye on that. But with the high levels of humidity in that front yet to go through, thunderstorm chances still around through Thursday. In fact, some of those Thursday could be on the strong side as well. But the ingredients are a little bit better tonight in the overnight hours for severe weather. 74 tonight for the overnight low. And again, the thunderstorms redeveloped late. So a lot of us are going to be in the clear for the evening hours tonight. High temperatures tomorrow will be slightly warmer than what we saw today. Remember, this is what the thermometer is going to say, about 87 at the airport, but you factor in the humidity, and we're still going to be seeing humidity or heat index readings in the low to mid 90s tomorrow. 87, 86 generally there in our south zone. West zone temperatures, not a whole lot of difference, and maybe a couple 70s for highs, upper 70s here closer to the lake, but generally low to mid 80s for highs in our north zone tomorrow. and we will stay in the 80s all the way through the middle of next week. In fact, rising to 91 by Wednesday. Another chance of thunderstorms by the end of the weekend on Sunday, but the humidity really drops on Friday. That's where we're going to notice a big difference. Saturday looks pretty nice too before we get wet again. So again, we're going to keep our eyes peeled tonight, especially as we get towards news time at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, but hopefully I'll go for Metallica to getting it in earlier. Right?
Let's hope.
Let's hope so.
Play that stuff fast.
All right.
All right, Bernie's coming up with sports. Stay with us.
Coming up Thursday morning, only on Local 4 News today, all of the overnight breaking stories that could impact your day. Plus, wake up with us to win Cedar Point tickets all week long. Hank?
Your ride needs help. How do you avoid getting ripped off? The Insider's revealing the secrets you need to know before you go to the garage tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m.
Plus, we've got your weather and traffic as always on the 4s. Detroit mornings start here from 4:30 to 7 a.m.